November 2nd, 1920, we finally get radio. We can communicate with people all across the world. We can finally get updates about the news, not just through newspapers, but finally we can actually hear a voice. It feels comforting knowing the fact that we can talk to people. It feels outstanding. It feels amazing. Started in Pittsburgh and things were going down dandy and everybody's having a fantastic time with this new development. But I feel like we could take this a step further. I feel like we can get to the next step, which is probably going to be
September 7th, 1927, the second most important date in September. This is when the first television system broadcast was straight into out of the stratosphere. Everybody was excited about this good news. Everybody was over the moon, over feeling zealous, and they could finally see people dancing and moving around. But I feel like we can get out of the black and white era. I feel like, much like my skin tone and what I was called back in the day during the racist era, I feel like we can add a little bit of, hey, color, 1953, things are looking up, things are looking fantastic. We got our first color television. Everything's doing fantastic. A few years back in 1948, we got cable television. Everybody was getting regularly broadcasted, and we were getting PBS and stuff funded by viewers like you, and people can fund me in my Patreon. That'd be outstanding. But we got 1953. We finally got color, so you guys can finally enjoy this video in a better resolution, more so with color in it. Now you can see the colors of my hair. It's not just black up here. It's a cavalcade of amber tones. Now you can figure out what we're saying with color. Now it feels like you're having a parasocial relationship back in the 1950s. And for 50 straight years, 52 straight years exactly, we just got things going amazing. Television was destroying the radio star. No longer will people just rely strictly on the radio. People would be able to use the video and actually have it in their cars, and it would be so fun and amazing. How can we put things and make it a next step? What's the logical next step? Maybe flying cars. Maybe we could figure out a way to access people's information. Maybe we can get email going. Oh my god, the possibilities are endless. And so we get something even more fantastical. We get January 1st, 1983, the invention of the internet. Now my frame rate's gotten significantly better. You guys are probably super astounded about that. You guys are feeling amazing. Oh, we finally got the internet. Now we can communicate with people. We can talk to people. We can get AOL and dial-up. We gotta figure out how to do this. Well, why don't we just use the same copper lines that are trickling through the ground in order to make internet and cable one good bundle? We get things like DirecTV, we get satellite, cable television, all coalesced into one thing. That's why they bundle cable and internet, because they're using the same copper lines that are going through the ground in order to get that officiated. In January 1st, 1983, that was an official date. But how are we going to top this? How are we going to do amazing next level things? What's the next step? I think that we should chaos, devastation, and hell reign. It's Y2K. The world is over. Everybody's preparing for doomsday. The internet, the AI overlords are going to destroy us all. Everybody's going to get annihilated. The internet's the worst thing that ever happened. The world is ending. Y2K. When the year drops in 2000, everything's going to tumble and we're going to lose everything. Nothing is good. Nothing is sacred. Oh, we're still here? Oh, well, false alarm, don't worry about that. Just another doomsday scare. Well, at least you're prepared for when doomsday does happen. I guess the internet really isn't that bad. Well, I guess there's nothing else to fear. I guess TV is really just going to be the greatest thing that ever happened. Nothing can really stop cable. It's the strongest thing on the planet. You can't kill the video star. Or can you? December 15th, 2005. This was a monumental day. Not for the entire world, but for one man in particular. It was a monumental day for three men, actually, in particular. Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Jawed Karam. These three men were the original creators of YouTube, a video sharing multimedia platforming site, and people could upload whatever they wanted to. And it was so difficult to get into the zeitgeist of the Hollywood era. There were so many actors competing to become famous. We had Saturday Night Live and all these other things that were hard to get on cable television. But what if you just could freely broadcast whatever you wanted to? You could just get a camera as they're becoming more widely accessible throughout the range and spectrum of the world. You could just access it with people, and that is how we got YouTube, the ability to access things for everybody. And thus, we create one of the biggest media sharing sites on the planet. YouTube started off a little bit psychotic and crazy. Everybody was just uploading whether they felt like. There was no restrictions, no advertisers. There was no incentive to make money. People just felt like uploading because they wanted people to know who they were. They could link to other products and websites. And the first person to ever use this in a more cohesive narrative would be Soulja Boy. That's right, Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was one of the first people to actively use the internet in a way that promoted his music and album. That's why he became so popular. 678-999-8212. The fact that I even know that number by the confines of my brain and my head shows how efficient Soulja Boy was at pushing out the narrative of his music. And that was an amazing spectrum for everybody. This would go on for quite some time. We had amazing YouTubers back in the day. Back when iDubbbz actually mattered, he would do unboxing videos. He would do fun stuff like that. We have Filthy Frank, who said a cavalcade of slurs, but it was amazing because he was putting on a character. We had Smosh, back when they were good. We had so many fun channels. We had Ryan Higa, who made amazing infomercials. We had the advent in the beginning of Moist Critical, back when he didn't show his face, and everybody for some reason thought he was a black guy because of the vocal cords that he had, of the deep undertones of how he spoke. Everybody just assumed he was black. It was outstanding. This was the beginning of something amazing. However, nobody could have predicted what would possibly destroy the advent of cable. In 2007, Netflix came out. It was a rental studio service where you could rent DVDs and you could actively return them by using the advent of a mail carrier. But then, 7 years later, Blockbuster got annihilated and destroyed in 2014. Blockbuster closes down because Netflix is too much competition. And that was us realizing that empires could fall indefinitely. It often takes 200 years for one empire to fall, but by God, Netflix did it in 7, and that was outstanding. And by all means, cable has been going on for, well, over 70 years. Let's hope we can get it down in about 3 more. Because YouTube is doing to cable what Netflix did to Blockbuster, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Having cable television used to be this eldritch privilege, to have hundreds and thousands of channels you could possibly choose from, and having the freedom and access to pick through a variety of different things. However, a big issue what was going on was advertisers. People didn't want to watch those ads, and when YouTube was first sprawling and having about, nobody had to deal with those. So everybody was using YouTube to get their anime, they were using it to get their videos, and they were using pirate sharing websites in order to get all the access they wanted to. They realized they could avoid ads on the internet. That was until YouTube decided, well, advertisers are realizing they can't make much money from cable, and they're coming over to YouTube. Why don't we turn the YouTubers into the people that promote and push their ads? Many of my channel videos get demonetized because I'm not media trained. I don't know how to use words like, oh, I'll just use a softer word here. Nope, I want to say cuss words. I want to say what I feel like because it's YouTube. Broadcast yourself. You can broadcast yourself, but you won't get any money for it. You're allowed to post a video. You're allowed to do whatever you want to, but you're going to get age restricted. You're going to get that yellow check mark. You're going to realize that, wow, I can't use this as a source of income unless I push this out to a separate store, make a Patreon, do something of that variety so I can put whatever I want to out here. That is the beauty of YouTube. You have freedom at a cost. Advertisers aren't going to want to care about that, but YouTube pretty much doesn't care about anything. YouTube says, hey, you can do whatever you want to. You can take on deals for advertisers. You can promote whatever you feel like it, but no, we're not going to monetize you because our advertisers want to make sure we get paid. And YouTube, at the end of the day, has to make money. It's hosting a lot of sites on here. It's hosting a lot of videos all the time, and that's the beauty of YouTube. It is doing everything in its power to make sure that it makes as much money as possible, and everybody can become a millionaire on YouTube. As a matter of fact, people usually at my channel size make about $5,000 a month. I make $800. I'm not doing great at all here, and this is absolutely fantastic. TV production companies usually have writers, directors, editors, all this crazy amount of staff, people that know how to perfectly do things with the algorithmic sense. Sometimes they hire therapists or psychologists so they can figure out the best way to sell a product to somebody. That's what they're starting to do now, is how to figure out how to get in people's minds and get in their head and figure out what is going on inside of their body, like ants inside of their skin, make you paranoid and schizophrenic. That's what's happening with most YouTube people right now. They're hiring editors, they're hiring writers, they're hiring thumbnail artists, they're hiring specialists, and people that perfectly correlate the algorithm. Some people are hiring people to make new AI programs so they don't even have to make videos. It's completely automated. And this is becoming the next step of what is destroying cable television. You can scroll on TikTok for hours. You can scroll on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. You can scroll for hours and hours and hours and hours and realize that you're just doom scrolling, wasting your time. It's perfectly correlated to you. It's perfectly done for you. We have taken out the aspect of advertisers and all these other things. You can scroll on TikTok Shorts, you can scroll past ads, skip them, put an ad blocker inside of your computer. You can do all these things and still enjoy the content you love. And it's gotten even deeper parasocial. A lot of you guys feel like you know me. You guys feel like we're friends, buddies, pals, and we are. actively. I'm in the Discord server talking to you guys. We're having a great time. There's no barrier between us. We are all regular humans, just naturally trying to have a conversation with each other. And that's how YouTube is completely destroying the aspect of the video star. I can't just talk to Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart or maybe even Ashton Kutcher. I can't speak to these people because by all means, they are absolutely psychotic. I have no idea what their life holds hold. They make too much money for you to even fathom them. They are in a separate universe and a separate reality. However, you can talk to me. Talk to me in the comment section. I can reply. We can actually speak to each other. I don't know you, but you know me. It's anonymity. It's the ability to be anonymous online and able to talk to me and correlate and have this fun conversation. That's how it operates. And you can't do that with the video stars. You can't have that with Britney Spears. You can't have that with, well, once was Michael Jackson. You can't do that with, why am I mentioning Bill Cosby? Why did I thought of Bill Cosby immediately. I have no idea why that thought went through my head. Bill Cosby, I don't want to have a conversation with that guy. He seems evil. He seems messed up. He seems like a very bad guy to have a conversation with. Is nobody else feeling that same feeling inside of their brain that Bill Cosby would not be the best person to have a conversation with? I feel like that would be a horrible idea. However, you spend all day on the internet. You're watching your Twitch streamers. You're watching me on Twitch. I stream 5 p.m. Well, more so 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST Monday through Friday. You're watching Ludwig. You're watching Atriarch. You're watching all these bigger streamers offline TV with Disguised Toast and Saikuno. You're watching Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed. You're watching these big streamers and you're commenting with people. You get to live react to these people. It's a new upgrade system. You couldn't talk to people before. You may not know these people, but you know them by their usernames. They don't have to know what you look like. They don't have to know what you are. They just know you're there. They call out your username that you perfectly correlated your chosen name, and it makes you feel special and unique. You gain closer in relationships with them. You gain interpersonal, interdimensional, transdimensional, spiritual connections with these people who may never even know what your face looks like until you go to a convention and actually see these people. This is what it means to be a YouTuber. This is how YouTube is destroying the video star. This is the beauty of correlation. This is the beauty of aspect. This is the beauty of learning how people are. This is the beauty of being parasocial. And YouTube is destroying cable. A few weeks back, I asked my friend what shows he's currently watching. He says he's on Netflix watching. I said, no, not on Netflix, not on HBO, not on Max, not on Amazon Prime. I mean, TV shows. What are you watching on cable? He said he hasn't had cable in 10 years. Asking one of my friends, he said he hasn't had cable in 5 years. One of my friends this year just got rid of all their cable services for all internet because internet is increasing in price dramatically, and they can catch anything they want to on the internet. They can just watch it on YouTube. They can watch it in there. A few of my friends don't even have TVs in their house, don't even have a Roku TV. They just have 4 monitors, really big monitors, computer monitors, so they can watch whatever they want to. This is an issue for nobody, not for me. I feel like this is great. This is a great thing to happen to me. I feel like I can watch whatever I feel like. I can just go anywhere and watch whatever I want to. This feels great. I'm having a fantastic time. However, those older people that rely on cable television, I want to watch PBS, the news, things of that variety, they're going to need to have this advent of communication with online. I get most of my news through Twitter or some random YouTuber that's on the right or left that obviously has some deep agenda. But by all means, I know I'm speaking to a real person that can comment and they can comment back. We're talking to each other. I go on Twitch, talk to political streamers, and actually get some reactions. I can get things in real-time updates. I can figure things out. I can get a real on-the-ground news reporting about a lot of things that are going on right now in the common day and age. I can't do that with the news. I feel like I'm not talking to those people. Those people feel like facsimiles of humans. They feel like copies, carbon copies, clones. They feel like more AI than the AI that I get tricked by on a daily basis when I'm scrolling through and doom scrolling, watching YouTube shorts or Instagram reels, or maybe even on TikTok where I get confused about watching a puppy save 1,000 dogs, and I'm confused why that one puppy is saving 1,000 dogs when I realize that it's AI and I'm already 50 seconds into the video. Might as well finish and commit to watching that video because I feel like I just messed up my brain on that aspect and it feels disgusting and I hate that so much. This is the end of the video star. There will no longer be big outstanding celebrities that don't have social media. You are losing a small aspect of the world when you get rid of that, you may think. Or maybe that's just deep nostalgia because you miss back when things were simpler. Things back were easier, when I didn't have so much information overload. Back when I could pay attention to one thing. Back when I didn't need to have Flappy Bird on the screen or Subway Surfers on the screen. Back when I didn't have to have some active action going on, when I could listen to somebody talk and have this simple thing going on. But I want you to do one thing. I want you to enter a bar and I want you to see all the computer screens, all the TV screens playing, all these sports, all that overstimulation. I want you to realize that. I want you to understand that this has always been going on. This has always been the plan. This has always been the strategy. Your old parents, those old people aren't any better than you. We're all being constantly distracted by everything. And YouTube isn't just killing the video star, it's killing your attention span. It's killing your brain. It's killing your ability to coalesce. It's killing your ability to understand and realize what it's like to actually be a person. You're losing a small part of your brain when you realize that you're losing a little part of who you are. You're not going to be able to do this anymore. It's going to feel stressful. It's going to feel strange. And you're going to be able to not even do basic tasks because everything's so convenient. Everything's so easy to do. You're figuring out what you want to watch. You can just go on Netflix. You can scroll. You have freedom. But Netflix increases price, so you got to pay for that if you don't want ads. They're putting ads everywhere. As a matter of fact, this is an ad for Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends. Use my code at Cyril's TV. That was not an ad for Raid Shadow Legends. Please don't skip this part of the video. I'm so serious. I was just joking. I was just playing. I was just messing with you. Advertisers don't like me. They don't appreciate me. They don't respect me. They don't want me to do anything for them. And that's fair and understandable, because as long as you're here on this channel, we're going to be friends is a lie that YouTube told you. It's a lie that YouTube told that these people are your friends. These millionaires, Ludwig, Moist Critical, all these people, they don't know you. You're just listening to them, watching the grandstand and platform. They have no idea about who you are, what you are. They're not your friends. They're somebody you respect and idolize. And thus they've become the new celebrities. They've become the new big ones. I can't walk outside nowadays without getting recognized because I have 500,000 followers on TikTok, 200,000 on Instagram, and 100K on YouTube. It's a little bit stressful, but I'm working through it. I'm dealing with it, and I don't like being recognized. I'm a little bit introverted when it comes to that, but I parasocially allowed you guys to enter the confines of my life by posting on the internet, so this is the natural consequence of me posting on the internet. Welcome to the real world. I have become the video star. I have become the YouTube star. You're out there listening, watching me, trying to coalesce and figure out every follicle of my foreskin, figure out my longitude and latitude, figuring out where I'm at, figure out you're trying to get inside of my brain. I'm tearing out my skin because I'm a little bit schizophrenic in that aspect, trying to figure out if you're putting things inside of my water, figure out where I'm sleeping, what I'm eating, what I'm doing, figuring out the cameras are messing me up, and I've lost my mind now. I've lost every semblance of what I am as a person, and it makes me feel like I'm going crazy every single second of the day, but it's okay. It's all right, because I'm famous, kind of. I'm here, and it feels great, but nobody wants to hear about the mental health issues, but now we can actually talk about them. I'm not media trained. I'm not an advertiser. I'm a person. And thus, we can destroy the advertisers, we can destroy the media, but we can't. Because YouTubers that get big enough want to make money, and money changes people, and that destroys people, and that annihilates it. And thus, what will kill the YouTube star? What will be next? What will be the next thing, the next big thing, the next big thing, the next destructive thing, the next outstanding thing? What will be the next thing that destroys everything? What's going to be it? What's going to be the thing that makes us feel crunchy, destructive, amazing? What's going to be the next big thing? Anyways, cable is dying, and it's getting really sad. My mom can't afford cable, so she got rid of it, but I showed her how to use a Roku TV, and she just watches YouTube all day. She loves binging with Babish. It's one of her favorite things of all time, and she comments on a lot of videos. She doesn't watch any of my content because she says she can just talk to me to get my content because I don't shut up in real life, so that's a little bit of an issue there, but I do appreciate the fact that she's actually growing out and actually understanding that YouTube is an actual real career, because older parents really didn't understand that. They don't understand that the fact that people actually know who I am, and people are going to know who they are, because my mom has a really specific name. It's Neftis. My actual name is Ceros, C-E-R-O-S. That's a whole name. My dad's name is also really strange, unique, as with everybody else in my family. I've got Calcifer, I've got Asmodeus, I've got Josalamel. I got so many different weird Aspergering names. That's not even a word. I just made it up. I just like saying things. I just like speaking to you guys. Aren't you guys having a fun time right now? Anyways, that's the end of the video. I'm excited for the advent of YouTube. I'm very happy for what YouTube has done for my career, what YouTube has done for many people's careers, how it's allowed people to actually live, how it's allowed people to actually be more than what they are. YouTube is now an aspiring dream for people, as in back in the day, it was just this random nonsense thing where you watch a bunch of funny, silly videos on, and it feels great to have that. Now then, as I mentioned randomly, sporadically through the video, I do stream on Twitch and YouTube 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST, Monday through Friday. I also have a Patreon that is linked in the description of the video. There's no benefits to my Patreon, it just helps me produce videos because YouTube keeps demonetizing everything that I put out here. So if you guys want to support me in that aspect, go ahead. Not all my videos are going to be edited to this capacity. I usually just rant and ramble in a fast metric, but I felt like this video was important and special to me because I needed to get it out and speak to you guys. Show this to your favorite YouTuber, or don't. I really don't care. I would love if this video got popular, but it's probably going to get demonetized somehow because I probably messed up somewhere saying all my sporadic words. I'm not going to edit them out. Please enjoy me. Have a lovely day or night, wherever you're at. I've been CEROS-TV, and I'm out. Peace, bye. The song for the outro is called Like That by Taraj. He's a local Detroit artist, so enjoy the song. Bye-bye.
I'm your Nick at night, be my Laura, low. Happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.